All right, so here's how we're going to do this in Desmos. So if I look back, these are my coordinates I have right here. Now, you have to know what's the independent, what's the dependent variable. Does rides depend on how much I paid, or does how much I paid depend on rides? So that means this is the dependent variable because it only makes sense that the price depends on how many times I made a trip to the rides. So this is my y, this is my x. I already put in the coordinates. It's super easy. All you have to do is put it in as a coordinate. Type the parentheses, put the x in the x spot, put the y in the y spot. So this is my first coordinate, my second, my third. And I put those in already. Here is how I am going to figure out my line of best fit. I haven't figured out how to draw it, just like straight up draw it. So I'm going to have to do trial and error because I am old and I have not figured this out yet. So y equals, all right, if I look at this, I go over 3, up 6. So let's try 2x. And I want that to be up here. So I'm going to do maybe plus 10. Oh, didn't hit the spot. Plus 12. Not 112, geez. 12 plus 16. So this is where I got it close, but I think I need to make it steeper. Let's try 3x. All right, that looks like a slope, a rate of change that would encompass these, but it's too high. Let's make it plus 14. Closer. 13. Ooh, closer. 12. Perfect. So here's how you'd make a constructor response. You would say, I determined which variables are my independent and dependent variable. After doing that, I set the coordinates up in my graph. Through trial and error, I found that this equation, y equals 3x plus 12, is the line that best represented the data. Bam, there's your constructor response. You have to say how you got there. That's really all that a constructor response is putting your steps instead of in numbers, in words. And that's probably the most useful thing that you could do in math is be able to explain what you did in words. That's pretty much any like field that uses math. You had to be able to explain what you did. My good friend is an accountant, and I said this in the YouTube live. She does the math on her own, but she has to then present that math later to the head of the company to say, okay, here's why these numbers are happening. Here's why I think this is the best plan to do to make you more money. So, constructor responses, I'm going to do a lot more of these. And I really liked the discussion. I might do a discussion where you have to comment on each other's stuff. Still debating that. So, here's how you do it in Desmos, which is an app you all have. And yeah, I hope this answers any questions. If you have any more questions, just ask me. You guys are pretty good about that. So, this is Miss Van Gulder signing off.